So in this episode, we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to talk about my experience on DMT in the form of Changa. Now, once again, I don't condone or support any type of drug usage. This is purely for educational purposes. So me and a friend got into a really deep conversation talking about life, what happens when we pass on to the other side. And he mentioned his older brother started to experiment with psychedelics. And I had a keen interest in ayahuasca, but didn't really like the idea of being sick in yourself and defecating everywhere. Not to mention the fact that to really get the full experience, you pretty much need to go into the rainforest. So there are some spiritual healers, shaman here in the UK. There are some services, but in order to really do it properly, you need to get out there into the rainforest. And to be frank, I don't have the funds or the time to do that. So we got talking and he said, well, look, why don't you come with me, sit down with my older brother, and you know, if this is something you really want to do, set something up and take a trip and see how you get on. So that's pretty much how it started. I began to do more research on Changa and listen to a few videos. Everyone reacts to these things so differently. So in order for me to know what's really going on, I have to do it myself. So I mustered up the courage, arranged the time and pretty much just jumped in, got on with it. Wow, what an experience this was. So we started off with just some breathing exercises he took me through just to raise the oxygen levels in my blood to prepare myself to take in the DMT and really get the full effects. So once that was done, he prepared it all in Volcano, I believe it's called. It's pretty much like a vaping system. So he says, look, what you need to do is take 3 to 4, ideally 4 big pulls. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, yeah, that's interesting. Bearing in mind, this smells awful, like some rancid burning paper or something. It's not the nicest smell. So I said, all right, cool. Let's just do it. So I'll take the first pull. Nothing. Take the second pull. Hold it. Nothing. Take the third pull. All of a sudden, literally everything around me crystallizes over, kind of like a kaleidoscope, and it just slows down. And he says to me, take one more. So I take this almighty pull, hold it, and immediately I feel myself just kind of falling back. I put some blinkers on, like, the shades you use when you go into flight so you can sleep and not be disturbed or whatever. And I kind of feel as if someone's pulling me from the back, but it's weird because it's almost like it's happening from the front, if that makes sense. So imagine being pulled back like you're in a slingshot. All of a sudden, I start to hear this hum and my face starts to get warm. And at this point, I know something's about to happen. I kid you not, I get launched into space. It's like Star Trek when they're going to warp speed and you just see lights and like stars just shooting past. It was intense, but quite calm at the same time. And I immediately just stopped, and then I saw colors and shapes, various geometric patterns, definitely like a kaleidoscope, and almost like when you mix water with soap, you get those moving rainbow colors. And yeah, it was really, really peaceful, but it still had that hum in the background. And there's all of a sudden there's like this figure starts to speak to me, but I can only make some sort of silhouette out. And you know the dragon, the Chinese dragon, I'm seeing those faces coming towards me, and there's this entity or spirit, or I don't know what to call it. It's protecting me from these dragon heads that are coming towards me. So every time one of them gets near or in my line of vision, like properly, it swipes them away, like chop, gone. Another one comes from the right, chops it. Another one comes from the left, chops it out the way. One comes from above, it chops it out the way until there's none left, and then it gets really peaceful again, and this blue entity starts to appear, starts moving its arms around, and I can make out that it's a female. It's definitely not a male. Quite almost flirtatious in the way it's communicating with me, and it's like, look, ask me anything. I know what it is you're gonna ask, but ask me anyway. As you can imagine, at this point, I'm excited. I know it's gonna answer anything I ask it. So first question, is this, and before I can finish asking the question, it stops me dead, like stop. That's not important. You know what's important. So it kind of sends me through a bit of a loop. I'm thinking, well, I thought you're gonna answer all my questions. And I remember it saying, the questions you wanna know are irrelevant. The most important things you have already, and you know what they are. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, this is gonna get really, really deep. Now at this point, I'm a relatively new father. My son's just turned 3 years old and recently engaged as well. So it says to me, the most important things to you and in this world is family and spreading love and, you know, living life to the fullest and making sure that you appreciate and enjoy every day, because you never know when it's gonna end. You know, take care of the ones close to you, friends, family, be there for them. And all these quote unquote, the material things, the big house, the cars, the money, all of that it's irrelevant. It's not real. Experiences and enjoying it with the people you truly care about, that's what needs to be the focal point, and that's what's important. Everything outside of that is irrelevant. It doesn't really make sense. Like, material things come, material things go. Yes, money's great, money creates options, but the most important thing is to be happy and make sure that you're taking care of the people around you and doing the things you're truly passionate about, doing the things you love. Life is too short. I was like, wow, this is intense. So I start thinking about work and what I'm gonna do tomorrow, and it pulls me away from, no, you didn't hear what I said. Like, focus. This is what's important. Like, enjoy life. Do the things you love. Experience new things. You know, push yourself. Don't be afraid. You can do whatever it is you want. It's the truth. Everything starts in the mind. And that was the muse to me creating this whole thing around dreams to reality and just really doing what it is I enjoy. I'm a creative person. It's what I do. I make music. I'm doing these videos. I'm a creative person at heart. This is what I love to do, and that was the muse. So I'm doing this, I'm doing videos, I'm making more and more music, and just really trying to live life to the fullest, traveling, you know, dreams to reality. Why not? Like, just do it. And yeah, a lot more was said, but I don't want to go into too much detail about family and finding out about myself, because it is a really big ego check. But ultimately, that was the overall message. Just focus on what it is you love. Do it. Don't let no one stop you. If you're truly passionate about something, then do it. Don't let anyone or anything hold you back. Don't allow people to project their insecurities on you. Go out there and do it. Be fearless. No, you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow isn't promised, so make the most of today. Live life without fear. Obviously, we all know danger is real, but don't be scared. Don't be scared to push yourself. Don't be scared to go out there and make your mark on the world. Don't let anyone or anything get in your way. Don't accept no. No means later. That's something my son does. It's funny. I'll ask him or tell him to do something, but he's really stubborn. He gets it from his mum. He wants to do something and he'll tell me later. I'm like, no, listen, babe, son, don't do that. And his response is later. I tell him no. He says tomorrow. I say, look, no, you can't do that. No, don't do that. Then he says Thursday. The child doesn't accept no. I literally have to distract him with something else, and that's the focus and tenacity, drive we need. Not necessarily motivation, drive. I got that from David Goggins, man. Be driven, like relentless in your approach. Don't accept no. Do not allow people to project their insecurities and negative energy upon you. Don't. Just push forward and do what it is you want to do, because the reality is you can make your dream your reality. Don't stop at anything. You are the master of your destiny. You make your life, not anyone else. You make it. You're in charge. It's your life. You're the boss. Don't ramble on too much, but yeah, that was pretty much my experience on DMT. It was a good one. Would I go back? Probably. Yeah, I would. But that's my choice. That's something I want to do. Like I said, I don't promote doing drugs or anything like that. I'm not encouraging you to do it, but that's something I will do. So I hope you can take from this episode, stay focused.